Greetings, ladies. Oh my. Well, sorry, but I got a little bit interrupted. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Siege. In the last episode, we were going through the first stage of the game. We made our character, and I showed you a bit of the game's mechanic. And in this episode, I hope we can reach the next stage of this game, so we can continue, because it's kinda boring to fight alone. And sorry about that interruption, I just started the game up and they attacked me. Intelligence. Wonderful. Now our health only increased like 10 or something. I'm not sure how much it increased by. But it's enough for us because we are standing on the... Let's see how much did it go up with? Around 9 health points. Oops. Or hit points. Oh yeah, and you can also press those to change the orders of your characters or character in the start. Now our biggest concern in the start is really the Krugs, because or the frags, piercer. They don't attack very fast, the frog, but they do a lot of damage on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, you probably will not have it as hard if it's your first playthrough, because you're probably not a masochist like me who likes to do have a challenge. Now if you check in these trees, there is a dog here. That dog is very easy to miss, but it is very important that you take literally every enemy in this game and explore, because you need as much XP you can get, or experience, if you don't want to be one who shortens everything. Because there is a limited amount of... we can take a look. There's a limited amount of experience. There are no respawning enemies. But that also adds to the challenge and fun a bit, in my opinion. Some gold. Now, if you look in this house, there is a man sitting on his bed. So let's talk to him. To converse with a person, left click on him or her. Often you will encounter people that need assistance. Any questions that they give you are noted in your journal. To view your journal at any time, click on the journal button. When the journal button flashes, a quest has been updated. That's very useful to know. Thank you, game. Whoa. Dude, are you alright? You have quite the mess in here.
I should have guessed you'd be cleaving your way to Stonebridge to find out what's got the Krug all stirred up. If you could spare a few minutes to help an old neighbour before you go, I've a favour to ask.
Well, I was going to go to Stonebridge, but sure, I can stop by. What do you need?
When I realised the Krug were actually attacking us, I tried to get to the safety of my cellar, but they had a little welcome party waiting for me. If you need any supplies for the long trek to Stonebridge, and wouldn't mind clearing out the remaining Krug downstairs, you can help yourself to whatever you need from my stalls.
Okay. That could be useful, thank you, sir. Now, before we go into the cellar, I need to take a piss, so I will be right back. Sorry for that break, but we are back. So, before we continue, we should probably read the journal. clear the Krug from Edgar's basement and gather supplies for the journey to Stonebridge. So let's just get to it. Probably gonna save first and head down. Oh, transmute is a really powerful tool in the early games. Healing hands as well, wow. I'm gonna pick up those later because I don't have any carrying space at the moment. Can take the barrels first though. Okay, let's get the spells. Let's throw something. We can throw our Tether the Third. Now, these are very good spells you should have in your spellbooks all the time, even for melee fighters or archers. Healing Hands restores health, self-explanatory. We can put that down because I will not use it for a while. We can just put it down there as well. Maybe put it below. And transmute. Transforms object on the ground and into gold with some loss in value. Move the pointer over an item and press the cast button. See by default, potions and spells cannot be transmuted. While it is you won't get as much money as if you would sell it to a store, you will still get money. So let's say you have walked like 50 minutes away from a town. You're almost nearing the exit of a cave, but your characters are full. Then you could use that spell, press C on the objects you want to transmute, and then you will get gold from it. That is also a very powerful tool on multiplayer because you only control one character. So let's say you're only 3 people playing, then you can one of you can have transmute, so you don't have to run back to town constantly to sell. So let's drop items that are shitty. I want to drop the club, the branch, the club, the tattered leather, I think, and the bow. We just clean up my inventory a bit more. Place that there. Now keep in mind it don't work on potions and spells, so if you have a inventory full of potions or full of spells, you are out of luck. But let's equip the spell, which is already equipped, and press C. The money is not a lot, but sure, it is very valuable indeed. It is, let's say, if you get multiple, but don't use it on magical items though, it's just worthless. Do it on items that you won't get a lot of money anyway. That's my rule when I play this game mostly. Hold on, let's pause the game and equip our healing spells. Now this is where it could get tricky. You see, 1 Krug there and 2 over there. If you wonder why these have other colors around them, it's or aura, if you want to say that, it's because they mostly are bosses. Well, they are bosses. Now, not most of the bosses have such color, but like bosses when you are in the end of a game probably don't have it. As far as what I remember, it's been a long time since I played this game. Now I usually like to keep the bosses for last, because to be honest, the minions do more damage, so it's best to take the weaker annoyment first and then just go for him. I don't think we need to heal ourselves. We can just do it with the spells later. Okay, let's not underestimate him. That's a bad idea. And he's almost down. Quest completed. Let's heal ourselves. Now, I don't think now it's worse. But I will not make... I only will make things to money in dire situations. Let's take that crate there. I don't understand why more games will do that, because it's just a useful tool to have. If you are in the middle of the cave and you're like miles away. Especially on a game like this, where you don't have teleporters. Leech Life, probably one of the most OP spells early on. It drains your enemy of health, basically. But it only works if you're a combat magician, which we are not. Now, if you were just to leave the cave around, you would probably think that that was the end. But if you went like I did a couple of minutes ago and bang the wall, you would clearly see that there's more to it. Clearly not the most powerful tools you get in here, but you can sometimes get really lucky and get like a common hammer if you're a melee fighter, or something like a good armor, but you won't get magic items, but it's good to check that place out anyway. So let's go back up. Now you could just continue back to him. You just could continue back to your path, because the game does not tell you to go back to him. But how should we do this? Let's throw a blunt knife and a shell leg. Clean our inventory up a bit. Use the transmute on those two items and pick up the potions. Or potion, because it's not plural. I have seen many YouTubers miss this, which I find rather sad. Just go back to talk to him.
My thanks for clearing out the Krug. If they're coming after farmers in our own homes, I don't doubt you'll battle many more on your journey to Stonebridge. You'd best be on your way. Watch out for yourself, and don't worry about me. I've enough supplies in the cellar to keep me going until this blows over.
You would actually get potions from him, which on this difficulty every single potion counts. Now, also sorry dude, but I think I robbed your cellar. I even took the secret room. So yeah, best of luck to you anyway. So let's just continue on to this path. Wait, I had my healing spells equipped. Now, most of the time you want to attack the weaker enemies first, but don't do it if it's something like a summoner attacking you, because he will just continue to rise up those summons when you kill them. So just head for the summoner first in that case. Now the frag is doing more damage than Krug apparently. I thought the Krug was the bigger deal. Let's heal ourselves real quick before we attack again. And let's... Now you also level up kinda quickly. Well, not rather really quickly, it does take a while, but it's faster than most RPGs. Well, unless if you get to a later level, of course, then you will level up slower. Now these are summoners. but in the early stage before they will get stronger after you get in a cave. I won't spoil too much for you, but yeah. Now, strangely enough, they can also make your character just stand still for a moment before your character attacks again. Now, I have also seen a couple of people miss this cave, but it's kind of funny because it's a path right to it. It's not really hidden. Just look to the left and you find it. But I guess most people just aim for the path, so they don't get lost. Which I don't judge, but I just find it kinda strange. And there's a boss in there. He won't be as tough though with all the... Actually, he kinda is if he hit us enough. And also, as you see, after we increase our nature magic skills... Oh boy, he's really packing a punch. Our magic now takes more mana to cast. So it's not really... I mean... higher spells will take more mana to cast, but still you have to check that out sometimes. If you can still cast a certain spell after a point. Now, I think I will drop that and that, but I think I want to keep the armor for now. Wait, how should I arrange this? Perhaps so. Yeah, that could work. Now we already have a short bow in, so we don't really need it. So we just take this to gold, get back our healing spells, and continue into the caves. Now the mages are also a big problem in this game. Well, the enemies, because they do tons of damage. They are usually... Ooh. I don't need to be a shovel adventurer anymore. The mages usually do more damage for some reason than... let's just do that. To gold real quick. Perhaps we should all do... Let's make this all to gold, because it's just useless to keep it around. So, and then we can get more items. We can throw that around as well. So, now we are no more a useless shovel mage. We now have proper equipment. Well, we are not having gloves or helmets at the moment, but we will be. Now, if you wait here for a moment, there is someone who will be flanking you from around there. Yeah, there we go. So don't just rush on always, because there are times where you will get flanked. We're doing one-hit kills on most of the weaker enemies now. It's amazing. Aha, take this. I hope I don't die or fail as horribly as I did with Reburus. But he got resurrected by the power saving. Now, because you got a healing spells, you should still keep a couple of healing potions around, because there's no telling when there's an enemy that can one hit kill you, or even just two. and you wouldn't have time to react because you had did not have potions. Oh, dude. Are you okay?
Damn fool Krug. I knew they was none too bright, but today I seen everything. They torched this here bridge, and then set to driving a wagon caravan across while it was still a-burning. Now the only way to Stonebridge is that-a-ways, and that means going through the old crypts to the road beyond. You ain't gonna catch me going that way.
I suppose so, but considering how it looks, why can't you just jump over? It doesn't look to be that long, or that seems fine, so you could just climb up there and jump down there, but it would have worked if it was an Elder Scrolls game, but it doesn't work here because it's a clicker game. So we will just so the wolf is your biggest fear at this stage of the game. Perhaps I was exaggerating a bit, but still. Now I'm almost 12, or halfway 12, I should say. Now also here, let's read the journal real quick. Seek Nork's friend Edgarr in the town of Stonebridge by using the old path through the crypts. Now you don't need to show the dialogue here because it will just replay the dialogue from before. This is also a very missable place, but you will get 24 gold if you go behind the waterfall. I mean, yeah, they look like to have been making a pretty big fool of themselves. Why did they not set the fire on it if they were going to drive a caravan on it anyway? It doesn't sound practical. But what do I know? Krugs are perhaps as thick-headed as orcs. Please don't set me on the cross. Orcs lover. Now the Krugs are really not that strong at this level. You could take them with just a couple of hits from your weapon. But like I said before, the wolves are your biggest fear because not only do they do a lot of damage alone, but they like to come in packs. So yeah. Now this is strange, you see. Why are they not attacking me? Well, there's a trap. Dungeon Siege like their sister with traps, having enemies attack you from behind. And it can be sometimes life-threatening. Uh-oh. More wolves incoming. I don't want to get mauled by wolf. Now sadly, unless the NPC are guards, they won't help you. So you could not run to him and he would help you. No, he wouldn't. He would just stand there and stare at them. Who is the weakest? So late. Let's finish him. Let's take the one with the lowest health. 10. Uh-oh. Who's the weakest? Okay, that one. Let's finish that wolf off and then we go to the other wolf. Heal ourselves real quick and then... Usually mana potions are not... Mana potions, what I found, is more have a higher chance of dropping than health potions for some reason. Nothing here that I see. I mean, they are just being an annoyment at this point. But actually, let's not mind them and let's enjoy this beautiful scenery. Holy moly, the flowers are almost as tall as me. I guess medieval times people were smoking something and then they planted huge flowers. But this is actually a really nice forest though. And if you look over there, there's a mini-boss with some wolf around it. Great. Wonderful. The tricky thing about this is because they are 5 wolves. You are not very likely to get one of them at once. They will probably all attack you unless you run away. And then the ones in the back would stop following you and you could... But from what I understand, it's not that high of a chance of happening. Well, maybe what I said was stupid because they just stayed there and don't protect their alpha. Boy, you're packing a punch. Stop mauling me to death. Thank you. Let's finish the other wolves. Wolf, are you stuck? No, you're not stuck in the tree. Or perhaps it is. Dun dun dun. That is done, and the other wolf as well. Now you could cheese them by standing on this life shrine. There are a couple of shrines along as you go in the game, each to look like they are part of the environment. And your health goes up kinda quickly when using them, so I wouldn't judge people who use them as a cheesing method. I suppose no more wolves here. No, and you don't come anywhere if you go up there. So you just continue along the road down here. And would you look at that? We're almost 3 in nature magic. Okay, calm down boys, you could have a chance of getting me if you were alone. I know you all are excited about me. I know I'm sexy and everything, but calm down. Girls don't like gangbangs, you know. Take the apprentice as well. There's a weird glitch where I don't know if it's a bug or just a mistake in programming, where if you just attack an enemy, you will just suddenly stop and will just stare at each other for like a second before you attack again. And drink a mana, I think. Put it up there. Let's clean our inventory when we reach the crypt, because it looks like a mess at the moment. Let's take the frog because it's so small damage. Can you boys calm down? I know I'm sexy, and you all probably want my butt. But you won't get it anyway. Yes, nothing over here. We should probably... Here is also a side path. It contain a good magic item if you're a mage. And you will get some good melee weapons there as well. Although, also look out for these. This will probably... These could either regenerate your health or mana, considering how they look. Purple or mana and orange-ish. Oops. And orange colored fairies are health. But they can also be the most broken thing you can have in a video game. I have seen so many bugs related to these things. They can crash your game. They will, if you absorb them, then they can also make your map disappear. So you will just wander on a small island. Now there is a mod that fixes this problem, but let's just hope the game won't crash, because I have not saved in a while. Go away from me, abomination. Let's save just in case, because I'm getting paranoid. Now gargoyles are not really a big deal. They don't do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of health either. Now this is also a fairly short tomb, I should probably call it. Most of these tombs are actually short, or caves. Now, as most caves, you would probably think this is the end, but think again. If you click on these statues, 2 skeletons will come up, and one of them will have a magical item, and both of them will have good weapons. Now, do you want to see what happens when you get hit by a skeleton on the hardest difficulty? Sure. Yeah, I probably do not want that to happen. They take half your health. Being a melee fighter is extremely punishing on the hardest difficulty, but it's fun. Challenges are always fun. Now here is what I call some loot. Most of these skeletons will also have a variety of weapons, so you will most likely get good weapons before you even come to the crypt. We can do that, and that is what we came for. Adds 1 mana per hit. What that means is pretty much you will never run out of mana every time, but I think it's also kind of useless, because hit means when you hit someone with a melee weapon, so I don't know. Well, we can always see later. Let's go outside and cross our fingers that the fairy absorption have not broken our game. I think it have not. It looks fairly intact to me. The map is not disappearing, and the map is still loading. So I think this should be safe. Yeah, congratulations, I did it. How dare you attack me? I could have used the healing spell, so I did not waste on the healing potion solo. The character just stop attacking them when they begin to walk back. It's just ridiculous sometimes. Okay, there we go. That one is taken care of. Let's place this in the skill book. And let's place it at the bottom actually, because we won't use it. Now we're almost level 3, so let's put that a bit higher. Come on. Yeah. Now there's really no point in going behind it because there's nothing there, but you could check out the graveyard. Oh, that sounds horrible, but there are monsters around it. That's what my point is. Oh. Now, if you really wanted to, you don't get any benefit from it as far as I know. Oh, a level up in skill. If you really wanted to, you kill these steers, but you won't get any level up in range as far as I know, or anything. By doing this, you press A, and then you press your mouse pointer on whatever you want to shoot on, and then you press A. Was bad. Now, magic armor, what does it do? Well, it surrounds you in armor. Now, while you probably... I don't think the armor will go up like significantly, but if you continue to cast this on yourself, you will just have a higher percentages. You can go around. You can have more time to go around with it before it ends. So perhaps let's do 3000. Switch those out, and here are also some scrubs. Oh shit, that's the wrong scrub. One shot, boys. Now here are more deers, but I want to be an animal person, so I won't shoot them. This is not good. Go away. Hey, I've increased in intelligence. Hurrah! It should be dead anymore. And we can heal ourselves. Wonderful. Now there are more enemies onto the right side, so let's take those out first, and then we end the episode as of the script, because no, not script, like crypt, because this has been a long episode. Wonderful scenery and haunting music, I guess that goes together. Why are you going inside the crypt, dear? Well, anyway, let's end the episode here. Before we end, though, I want to recap. We went past our neighbour, Edgarr, and we helped him clear out his cave. We also went through a couple of secret passages, I think you could say back there, not really secret. And, well, yeah, that's about it. We also arrived at the crypt today, which will go in the third episode. Now, I want to say thanks for watching, have a good day, and I see you in the next episode. Goodbye.